Hello and welcome back. I hope that you are taking care of yourself, and if you are someone who's taking care of a widow, that you are allowing them time to go through all the emotions and express themselves and go through the grieving process. We are here for lesson 1. The title is Pop-Tarts, Haircuts, and How to Not Enter the Valley of the Shadow of the Death, as I call it. Now, there's a few things as we go through here to think about. One is, as a new widow, or if you're within the first year of widowhood, sometimes it's not easy to care about how you're doing physically or emotionally. And it's sometimes easy not to eat the right things. And for me, when I was grieving and I didn't care, I just grabbed the first thing that was easy to get and put into my mouth. And that was actually Pop-Tarts. And a lot of times I wasn't even hungry. Somebody just said, you need to eat something. And I grabbed a Pop-Tart. So in this lesson, I'm suggesting to you that perhaps you think through what might be good nutrition for you and your body, and have at least one of those meals available, easy to get each day, so that you get at least something that can keep you going and probably will help the physiology be much better. And remember, a lot of the things that happen when people come over or take you out is you're conversing over food. So thinking through before you leave or having somebody over, what is it that I'm going to order? Again, to support yourself, because the healthier your body is, probably the easier it is for you to feel emotionally better. Thinking through what might be, at least within the first year, what is a big decision that you might be making? That a lot of times has to do with where you're living. If you're going to sell your house or buy a new one, sometimes you might be thinking of, well, I'm going to move in with my kids or with a sibling. And it feels like a good thing because there's something big missing. You're missing your husband. You're missing that love and the sharing and the laughter. And sometimes if you do that too early, that could actually be a big disruption, especially if you're going to sell your house and get a new one. The transaction itself could be costly. Give yourself some time. Put that on pause. And one of the things that I did, while it's not a big decision, I was trying to do new things to try and make myself feel better. And I got this huge haircut. I had long hair and I had them cut it off very short. And while that's not devastating, it was a great big difference for me. And I probably should have just put a pause on and thought about that a little bit more. What you notice when you are being really sad, really on the depressed side, reach out to someone and help change the environment. A lot of times just the change of environment of going somewhere or having someone come in can make a huge difference in how you're feeling in the moment. Suggestion that I have, going out and watching a funny movie or putting one in your system and watching it, one that you know that will just make you belly laugh, until you cry, actually can be helpful. And it's easy to get into a depressed state, one that you just can't get out of when you're by yourself. It's much easier to have someone that you trust with you so you can express yourself, to be able to talk about your husband. And you want to make sure that you have someone you really trust there with you. And we'll go over that in the next lesson. Now, if you're by yourself and you can't get someone readily, you can't get them on the phone and you feel it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you can't call someone, one of the ways a counselor had taught me to almost immediately get yourself out of that state where you just can't get better. And that is yelling out loud with great emotion. Yell to the walls, stop it. And when you yell like that, and it shifts the energy, it shifts your molecules in a way, and it can get you to be stopped. And then if you're still not really getting out of it, one of the ways a counselor taught me is to acknowledge your feelings or how you're feeling. So an example might be, I'm feeling really sad and my head hurts. Put your hand on the part of your body to acknowledge what you're feeling and how you're feeling. And then in the next moment, think about it. And it might be that you're like, I'm feeling pretty angry and my chest is tight or my stomach is upset. Go ahead and touch that part of the body, acknowledge it. And you'll be surprised that in just some moments, you will probably find yourself feeling much better. I hope that this has helped, and I look forward to seeing you in our next lesson.